Hi everyone, this is Dipali. Welcome to today's video. So from a higher or soul level approach, I'd like to start with a refresher, which is everything is energy. We are energy, animals, nature, earth, the galaxy, the universe, all energy, atoms and molecules vibrating at top speed. So we're also whole beings. And what do I mean by that? Well, we are whole beings that have different levels to us. We have the spiritual level, which is non-visible, the mental level, the emotional level, and the physical level. Now, the physical level has been the go-to for everyone. That's the first thing that everyone sees and acknowledges. But the truth with a capital T is we are energetic beings, spiritual beings, and then the physical body and form comes into being. And so we can work with all these different levels that make the wholeness of who we are. And the wholeness is really interesting because it's not just humans. The animals have these 4 levels, Earth has it, family groups have it, relationships and businesses have these 4 levels. So we can address things from one of the levels. Let me give you an example. You can have a physical cut and you address it physically. You clean it out, you put an ointment on it, you put bandage on it, and boom, you're done. You addressed it on a physical level. And if you have something that's pretty intense as an injury, you would want to address it not just at the physical, but you'd want to address it also from a spiritual and an emotional, which is compassion and empathy, and understanding the spiritual insight that is with it, and also then mentally, which is giving you the logistical steps in order to move through it and maybe even shift your perspective. And that can apply, same thing with a spiritual thing or a mental and or emotional. If you have a mental example of an idea that you have and you just have a great idea and you're thinking about, but you're not doing anything with it. You're not practically applying it. You're not integrating it. It remains as a library of books in your mental level and nothing comes from it. And then you wonder, well, how come I can't materialize it? Because you didn't take practical action and consistent action to make it come to life. So we can address things from one of the levels, but also remember that we want to address the wholeness. So if we have things happening, we want to look at it from a holistic point of view. And we want to bring all of us as a connection to it. And so that means that, when we're looking at any point, wherever you are on your journey, like on your path of evolution, transformation, therapy, empowerment, self-realization, doesn't matter where you are. As long as we're in the physical body, we're going to be working with these different levels. We're going to be looking at ourselves as the wholeness of who we are with these different levels that we're going to constantly fine-tune, adjust, rebalance, strengthen, clear, and bring them together as a team, as a whole team working together rather than doing their own things in their own respective corners and then nothing coming to fruition that is cohesive or coherent. That's really important. So I'm going to take this a step further. We're going to take a look at prosperity consciousness, which is our true nature. As a soul, we have this innately as prosperity. And prosperity is so much more than just money. Prosperity consciousness is about prosperity in love, joy, our creative energy, our abundance, our resources, our vitality and life force, our health and well-being. It's so much more. And then we have scarcity consciousness, which is based in survival, the egoic mind, and it is about fear, worry, dread, anxiety. When will we have it? We don't have enough of, lack, limitation. It can be comprised of hoarding as well, out of fear, envy, greed, corruption. All of that stuff can be, even manipulation can be around and within scarcity consciousness, because it's that premise of lack, of fear. And so scarcity consciousness isn't bad. It can bring incredibly important insight and wisdom and awareness if you take that approach from a higher perspective. It's awareness that we need, right? As we become self-aware, we can choose something different. So if we become aware that there's scarcity consciousness happening on different levels to us as whole beings, and we need to start to disengage, unplug, whatever you want to do with it, clear it out, heal it, remove it, change and transform something, then we can utilize scarcity consciousness for empowering processes instead of fearing it and instead of rejecting it. So we're here wanting to be more aware, have greater self-awareness, expand our awareness, and recognize this as the awareness that we are as a soul here in the physical body on the earth at this time. And so working with prosperity consciousness can be the same thing. Like, you may have a great idea and inspiration, like, oh yes, I know I have this prosperity consciousness of who I am, but you're having belief systems and thought processes or perceptions that are distorted, and then emotions don't flow with it. And then on a physical level, you're not taking any kind of action to change anything, and you're dwelling in survival mode and fear all the time, then it remains a great spiritual concept and nothing comes of it. So we're looking at how we can be more efficient and effective as whole beings, working with prosperity consciousness and bringing that through each of the different levels. And if anything is creating a distortion or off balance or discord or creating knots and twists, you want to work with that on the 4 levels as whole beings. So this prosperity consciousness and scarcity consciousness has been more of a very prominent theme collectively on the planet and Earth itself, as well as for individuals and groups. And a lot of people are in fear about things. So this video with this content is really here to help you know that you're an empowered being to work with this, that you have a chance to choose what you want to do and what you want to strengthen and nurture and expand as living life every day. And working with these levels, we are working with them every day, whether you acknowledge them or not. They're there. They're not going anywhere. You can push them aside or you can repress them, but they're going to be there and eventually it's going to come up. So you might as well start to work with it in a more conscious way and make it enjoyable, that this process can be more enjoyable with a grounded approach to spirituality and evolution. I hope this has been informative and inspiring for you. If you like this video, please like it and or subscribe to the channel at the bottom right-hand corner. If you'd like to work with this topic or theme a little more with me, I do offer mentoring as well as private readings and spiritual guidance sessions. And you can go to my main website at spheresofessence.com, and that has all the information available to you on my services page. And if you'd like to join me on my Patreon, which has much more content that's exclusive and uniquely created for my Patreon members, that link is available on my website at spheresofessence.com or here below. And you are welcome to explore to see. There's just a lot of fun content and some bonus things for my Patreon members. So I hope something inspires you to connect a little more with yourself and work with this from a different perspective. I wish all of you the very best and an enjoyable process in working with yourself as whole beings, but also with these different levels.